Hello, my name is Swissbianco. In this video I will talk about the Dalton knives. Robbie Dalton, as best as I know, is pretty much retired by now, but some relatives did take over his company. He was really creative for a while for two unique switchblades in USA, which I did discover first time as I came to the blade show way back too long time ago, and I was amazed how many different versions he makes and the colors and the styles. Really creative how he did it, and yeah, the prices were a bit steep back then for my budget, but as you see, at least a couple I could afford, and two of them did get stolen by the burglary down in Conyers, McDonough. So those two knives are still missing, and I will link the picture and the serial number at the description of the video. In case somebody ever see that knife, please send me an email. Those goods are still stolen, so it's still a felony to have them, and I hope I get it back one day. But let's go back to the Dalton knives. The first knife I got was a hand ground one. It's used, the Militia Reckon knife. You see the handles are a bit battered. It's not too bad, but you see it's used. It's a medium size switchblade. It was back then that Robbie Dalton did hand ground the blades. You see that there is a couple of imperfections, but that adds to the style of this knife. Like all the other knives here on the table, it's a switchblade. This one basically has the switch in this push button. We push it in, we can close the knife, it locks like this. We can easily carry it. I did use it in USA for some camping trips back then. It did work out perfectly, and in our area where I now permanently live with my green card, everything is legal. I could buy and carry and keep it, but of course in Switzerland such knives are all banned. That was another reason just to leave Switzerland and enjoy the freedom in USA. So to open this knife, we have the medium size button here. In the middle there is no safety on the back. Basically you hold the knife, you press the button and it opens. For close is the same. It's really simple. So that's about this knife. A smaller one I got, the US Militia knife. It's a tiny knife. The size of it, it's a nice design. The handle is many times out of aluminum. Different anodizing. This one, olive green, has a nice pocket clip, and the push button is basically this button here. As you hold the knife, you press it. Has quite a snap. Robbie Dalton always did use a really good spring tension for his knife, so it really comes out fast. The next knife I did alter myself with the mokume on both sides, and the pocket clip. The pocket clip I got from Robbie Dalton. It's the original one. The mokume was just screwed on. Originally it's those black anodized parts, so there is no altering at the knife. That could not be changed again to original style. I just had some mokume and did want to work on it. Now this one is a liner lock. We see here the liner, we press that on the other side, then the knife can be closed. Needs to be closed really well because this part is flat, so you need to press it in that it locks. The push button is located here, so we hold the knife, we push the button and it opens. For closing, again the liner lock all the way in, and this opens the knife. Good size of the knife, the handle is great, really pointy blade, Italian style. Now the next one is the packer. Look at the nice splash they did on the handle. It's a relative big, bulky knife. The new style, the later style of the pocket clip it has, and the mechanism is really unique. It's basically this part here that looks a bit like a liner lock. You press that down and then you can close the knife. Now to open it you need to push on this part down. Let's see that the camera see that, yeah. Like this. So we press that down here and the blade opens. We see here actually the bar that locks the blade in both positions. Really clever design. I never saw that before. Is nice, and the big blade actually snaps open pretty fast too. That much about this. The next one, older trick anodizing, is really interesting. This is a double action knife. Double action with this lever here is the actuator of the spring mechanism. We have a liner lock here and the older style of the pocket clip. This one is not straight, is a bit bended. So what we do is first close the knife with the liner lock, then it snaps. Now we can either open it manually by hand and close it again with this big hole. Goes on the left side, of course, the same way. Or we can basically move this part here. I'm gonna hold the blade. We can move this part up here and then it opens the blade automatically. It was a really nice feature as I saw that is great. So it has a good snap on it too. So like this it closes, like this it opens. So basically that part here gonna actuate the knife. The next one is pretty big, also splash handle, combo edge, the straight clip, the older style. So it has, like the first knife, a push button in between. This one is a bit smaller than on the first knife. Basically we're gonna push that in again and then we close the knife. So to open it up, we hold the knife, we hold the thumb on the push button, we just push. As the knife opens, the push button locks the blade in place. It's a pretty long blade. You see the size of it. I have a pretty big hand. It's really a long blade, so the snap is a bit less than the shorter blades, of course, but it still has a good snap on it, good feel to it. Then another mechanism is in this one. Basically this part here gonna push over and release the lock. We see the blade is locked in the forward part there, and as we press that in, the blade can actually go back, and the back part of the blade is gonna locked again by this part there. I hope the camera see it. I reach always around my camera, so you see exactly what I see. Makes it way more easier than filming me from front side. So it's a push button knife, but it's not a button, it's more square. This one is aluminum too, the newer style of the titanium pocket clip. Basically you hold it and you press the button in and the knife blade opens. It's a really slim, nice, long blade with a combo edge. I like serrated edges, so that makes it nice for me. That much to this one. And the last one of the knives has a nice engraving on the CNC engraving on the blade, and the handle is Splash 2 aluminum, splash anodized. The button is again in between, a bit more raised up than the flush fit other buttons. So here again we're gonna press in, we're gonna close the knife like this, and that would be how it looks. The blade is really close in the handle, so most of the blade is covered. Then we hold the knife, we just press the button and it opens, locks. That's all what is to it. Nice shaped handle, I like that a lot. My Robbie Dalton knives are not that much for using, but collection and study of the different mechanism. A side line was he did do some key fobs or zipper pull or whatever you wanna use. That one basically his logo and CNC engraving on the back side. He did on this one a bit different logo. Looks Robbie has a good sense of humor, and yeah, I never met him. He never came to the blade show, so but he must be pretty creative in his work, so that's why I like his work. That's a biker babe. Some of this engraving he did on the knives itself too. One of them that got stolen had a nice engraving, but it is how it is, and for now I collect other items in USA. With all the freedom I have here, I can collect pretty much whatever I want, so I don't think I'm gonna buy more of Dalton knives, but I like the ones that I have pretty much, and everything is well and safe now, and the criminals can go to hell.